Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. One more time, good morning. Man, what a rowdy crew. I love it. Thank you for joining us. If you have not done so already, please turn off your phone. And as right on cue, Robert Boo always says, as you can hear my voice, please. Shut up. So little Nancy was in the backyard sobbing loudly as she shoveled dirt into a small pile. Her nosy neighbor peered over the fence, and in wanting to know what was going on, he asked, "What are you up to there, Nancy?" Nancy replied carefully, "My goldfish died and I just buried him." The neighbor, prying further, asked, "That's an awfully big hole for a goldfish, isn't it?" Nancy was fed up with the nosy neighbor, patted down the last shovel of fresh soil, and snorted, "That's because he's inside your friggin' cat." Sad. So, our regular virgin hunter is not with us. Miss Patty's in Washington. Our active aging specialist, Sean White, is going to brave the virgins. Sean?
All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and get started here. So first, we have Bill from Orange County, California, right?
Welcome, Bill.
So back here, we have some lovely ladies. Here we have Kendra. Yeah, beautiful. And from Panama City, Florida, right? All right, welcome. And then here we have Juliet from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, local. And they're representing Poverello next door. All right, let's see.
And while Sean finds his next virgin, the ladies are from Poverello, and we're going to try to work up some programs in conjunction with them.
Ooh.
You got a virgin?
Yes, found it. All right, we got Luann from Fort Lauderdale, another local. Welcome,
Welcome, Luann. And as he makes
God over here.
Where we have clusters of virgins.
All right, so with our sponsor, Lawrence is today. Let's see.
All right.
Okay, so we got here, we got Lauren, look, and from Aventura, correct? Okay, great. We have Andrew here from Washington, D.C. All right, we have Ashley. I don't think I got your information. Where are you from, Ashley? Billy. And Evelyn, Fort Lauderdale.
Welcome, Evelyn.
Andrew, we already got you. We got Dave over here.
Hey, Dave.
Tallahassee, right? Tallahassee, Panhandle. All right. Missing anybody over here? Got one way over there. Okay.
Get your steps in.
And this is Alyssa, who is from Boynton Beach. Did we miss anybody, or I think that's it?
Got everybody? All right, well, welcome. Glad you joined us and hope you will continue to do so. Today is the second Tuesday of the month, and every second Tuesday of the month we have reps from Broward County Appraiser's Office, Marty Keir's office. Michael, we know you're shy and retiring, but come share some info with us, please.
I'm going.
He's going.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good to see you all. So we're back there again. The homestead exemption team, the mobile exemption education team. We educate you about what your exemptions are, and don't leave the money on the table, honey. go get it. Okay? So today I'm happy to say that we did at least about 4 medical disabilities, so that it's $5,000 off of your exemptions. That's, in layman's terms, it's $100 off your taxes. So people say, what's $100? All right, give me $100. Anyway, with that said, today is almost coming towards April the 15th. That's tax time. I want you, ladies and gentlemen, please, folks, look at your taxes. Reason being, if you're below, on line 11, if you do the long form, the 1040, look on line 11, and that if it's below $37,690, come on down. We're giving you a low-income senior citizen exemption. If you just collect the SSA, which is the 1099, come on down. That's an automatic. That's yours. And people say, okay, well, what does that mean for me? That means for you, it's anywhere from $10,000 going north up to $50,000. I have some people in this room, I personally know, I did. I gave them back $50,000 and I zeroed it out on Broward County tax. That's it. Okay, we have a lot of other things in the back of the room. Free things like Visit Lauderdale, which is great things that are for free, that you'd be shocked. It's not just Fort Lauderdale, it's Broward County, and that's a wonderful thing. So on behalf of Visit Lauderdale, and please use this. Also, too, is that I'm happy to report, I know you can't see, but it's a heart here. It says things you wanted to get off the streets, let us connect you. It's for the homeless. And I know Lauren Buck is looking at me because her father is a huge, big advocate for the homeless in Miami-Dade. A round of applause for that. I'm happy to say this. Take one if you know someone who is homeless. Assist them. It's just not Fort Lauderdale. There's now a homeless court in Pompano. And it is run by the Honorable Florence Bonner. And she's phenomenal. And the services that are there are just unbelievable. They'll find you housing right then and there that night. Emergency housing for someone who's homeless. They will get you, which is really kind of hard, they will get you your Florida ID, which is kind of hard. Yeah. And they will get you emergency food stamps and emergency food and everything else. Anyway, I said enough. I want to thank you very much. And we're in the back of the room. We're here after they break, and we're there. Thank you. Be well.
Thank you, Michael. Quick announcement, next week, we have our annual Easter bonnet, or bonnet. Okay? And the good news is we have a $100 gift certificate as first prize. So get busy and build those bonnets, and we will see you next week on that. From Wellness, we have Danny.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So, thank you so much for showing up today with your gorgeous faces and hopefully a clean pair of underwear. Though I'm not here to judge, only the last time you got tested for STIs if it was more than 3 months ago. Because nothing says more empowerment and like knowing your status and protecting your fun. Anyway, before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know we had a fundraiser event last Friday for the wellness program, and 2 people from Coffee and Conversation came out, and it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people, and actually the person that won is from here for Coffee and Conversation. The prize was valued at $1,300, and we actually raised for the HIV testing program $1,041. So there's going to be a lot more events that we're going to be planning to fundraise for our HIV testing program, and I do hope and I ask you to please, show up and support our programs. All right, so I'm also glad that you're here today because we're going to talk about, sexual health, like we always do, with a little bit of fun, a little bit of facts. Some spice. And a dash of empowerment for all genders. orientations, and bodies. Because I normally tend to, talk about more men, because that's what I know the most, but, we are all inclusive. Right? All right. So what's going on this week on wellness? We have, today at noon, we have our restorative yoga class. And then on Thursday, April 10th, we have 2 classes. We have our Move with Pride at 6 p.m., which is going to be in this same room with our new yoga instructor, Jenner. And we're also going to have our first Inspire breathwork class at 6 p.m., at 6:30 p.m., I'm sorry. That's going to be in one of the rooms upstairs. And it is a great opportunity for you to try some of our free services. This is, you're basically laying down on a yoga mat and you're doing exercise work. And that's going to help you with many things, including sexual health.
Of course it is.
You're on your back.
So, right, Richard? All right, so April is a beautiful month, and it is packed with a lot of awareness days and opportunities to prioritize our health, especially our sexual health and overall well-being. So let's kick it off with World Health Day. That was yesterday, April 7th. That day is a reminder that your health isn't just about doing yoga or pretending to like kale smoothies. It's also about making sure you're not spreading funky bacteria with your body fluids. Yeah, I said it. So we're grown, we get nasty, let's just do it smart, okay? Be smart about it. Now, April is also Oral Cancer Awareness Month. And since most of us here, like licking, sucking, nibbling, and all sort of gymnastics routines with our mouth, let's talk oral health. So I'm gonna give you 3 quick screening tips to check, for oral cancer. You stand in front of a mirror, open up big, stick your tongue out, like you're auditioning for a kinkier version of American Got Talent. So then you're gonna look for any weird bumps inside your mouth, red or white patches, any area that bleeds easily. Basically, if it looks like it doesn't belong there, that is not your partner's body part, get it checked out. Run your tongue along your gums and cheeks like you're exploring your latest hookup. If something feels funky for more than 2 weeks, please tell your doctor. Do not go on WebMD. All right, moving on. This month is also STI's Awareness Month. So let's get into some of the hot and heavy details. Like STIs. STIs are very common. Like more common than people who say, I'm not looking for anything serious. And luckily, we've got some sexy science to back us up now. I want to talk to you about something that should be your bestie nowadays, and that's doxypep, which is short for doxycycline post-exposure prophylaxis. Sounds technical, but here's what it means in real talk. It's like the plan B for STIs. You take 200 milligrams of doxycycline within 72 hours of raw doing it, and bam, it helps prevent certain bacterial STIs. It could reduce the risk of chlamydia by up to 88%, reduces syphilis risk by around 87%, and gonorrhea by about 55%. Doxypep is especially helpful for men who have sex with men and trans women. But let's be real, everybody deserves to protect their playtime. Now, it doesn't protect against HIV or herpes, so don't toss your condoms to the trash yet. And think of it like an orgy. The more partners for protection, the better the experience. So now here comes a big one. April 10th, which is this week, is National Youth HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. And listen, whether you're fresh out of college or just, useful in spirit, it's important to stay woke. Gen Z is out here breaking rules, hearts, and beds. So they deserve access to HIV testing, PrEP, and the right information without the shame. So we all gotta advocate for it. Testing is sexy, knowing your status is even sexier, and nothing ruins the mood. Like, when was your last test? And then comes, a slow pause, and you're like, So we don't want that. So let's get tested today. We're testing from 11:30 to 7 p.m. in the back building, the blue building, and you can get tested for HIV, STIs, you can get your PrEP, and you can get your DoxyPrep. So, whether you're a man, woman, transgender, binary, or a fabulous unicorn, remember, your sexual health is part of your whole health. Talking about sex doesn't make you dirty. So I'm not dirty. Talk about it. No talking about it, that's dangerous. So, and pleasure and protection can and should coexist all the time. So now go flirt, love, and play responsibly. Thank you for being here, for caring for your body, for choosing health without judgment, and for the love you bring to our community. Have fun with sex, make it your own, but please do it safely so you can do it for longer.
Thank you, Danny. We have our Women with Pride coordinator, Miss Diane.
And I'm the coordinator of the Women with Pride program here at the Pride Center. I'm just coming back from Washington, D.C. I had a great trip. I even ran into some folks at the airport while I was there. And that's where I'm from originally. And I want to tell you just very quickly about something that I did. I did a drive-by while I was in Washington, D.C. It's my first drive-by. And I went by a community called Mary's House. And I've been following Mary's House for a long time while I lived in Washington, D.C. And while I've been here in the last 4 years, they finally finished the very first LGBTQ plus senior community in Washington, D.C. So I was super excited to see it finished. I didn't get to go in, but my family was so kind and we did a drive-by. What's really interesting is they used container trucks to build this, so it's a very, very modern facility. And I was just really proud to see that happen. So that was a highlight of my trip, and I'm super glad to be back because it was effing freezing while I was there. So love being here in South Florida.
It's freezing out there.
Before I start to talk about Wilton Women's Week, which is 17 days away, I want to talk about a couple of things, a couple of organizations that meet here at the Pride Center. These are not Women with Pride programs, but we partner with one of these organizations, and they're called the Second Tuesday Lesbian Social Group, and they meet here. Guess when they meet here? Anyone? The second Tuesday of the month, and they'll be meeting here tonight from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And they also, every month they have lunch and dinner, and they rotate. They're an amazing organization. So if you know anybody that might be interested in the Second Tuesday group, come see me. They're online. I told my friend Luann about them today. They're a great group. Another group that meets here, and I've talked about it, is Saturday afternoons at 2 p.m. They have hoops at the center. So they play basketball right out here, out back. As I mentioned before, Boo shot a couple of hoops. I saw it myself. And it's great fun. So if you're interested shooting hoops, that's 2 p.m. every single Saturday. They meet out back. Now, Wilton Women's Week. That is 17 days away. I can't believe it. We're getting there. We have a couple of events. One of the events I talked about last week, I hope you all can join us. It's a free event. It's country line dancing. And it's going to be right here in this room, and it's going to be from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Lee Fox will be the instructor, and he brings music and all of that stuff. So it's a free event. Please join us. Someone told me they had 2 left feet, so do I. So if you're willing to go out there, I'll do it too. So I hope you can join us for that event. And then we have another interesting program for Wilton Women's Week. Wilton Women's Week is all about highlighting the amazing women and organizations, women-led programs, in addition to Women with Pride. There's some other organizations out there. So we want to highlight them. And we have a program to help highlight some of the businesses in our community, especially the women-owned businesses. We have a program called 20 Off the Drive. So if you attend any Wilton Women's Week event, you're going to get a card that gives you 20% off several participating businesses. So if you go to the pub or drink or burgers and beers, you get 20% off. So if you attend one of our events, you'll pick up a card and you'll help support local businesses in Wilton. So I hope you consider that, because we really want you to join us for some events. And last but not least, we are looking for a few good men or women to help us. We need a few more volunteers. We have some open opportunities. I know a couple of you in this room have offered to volunteer. So if you're interested in helping out with some of those events, please come see me. We need the help, and we would love for you to join us and be part of Wilton Women's Week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane. From SunServe, we have Miss Lisa.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm running a little ragged. It was a late night. Watched my Florida Gators win national championship. So Friday is Silver Serve. I know the flyer went out, and it said it was at the Island City Park Preserve, which has now had its name changed to Stafford Park and Nature Preserve. So next month, when you see the notice and it says Stafford Park Nature Preserve, they mean Island City Park Preserve. So it's 11 o'clock on Friday. Hope to see everybody there.
Thank you, Lisa. Sunny. Yes, sir.
Good morning. I'm just here. I attended an event on Sunday at the Stonewall Museum. They asked us to let the community know that we need to contact all of our elected officials. We waited there 20 minutes. There was chairs, empty chairs, with pictures on them from every one of our elected officials. And everyone in the room was a registered voter. So I'm just here to let you know, if you'd like to know more about what happened on Sunday, we're at that real noisy table on the corner. And I'll be here for about 5 minutes afterward. I'm more than happy to share the pictures of the chairs and the names of the people who didn't show up if you'd like to contact them. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. For the ARP, we have Miss Betty from the Brunch.
Good morning. Good to be here. Good to see you all again. I missed you last week. I had another off engagement. I just wanted to let you know that OFF is fighting very strong to try to keep Social Security the way it is. And yeah, I mean, there's some people who were at the a meeting on Saturday, and those that were there got a lot of information from one of our volunteers. His name is Bruce. But I would like to tell you that these questions are all found, answers are all found at off.org/Social Security. How to apply for Social Security. How much does early retirement reduce Social Security? Can I collect Social Security on my spouse's record? How do survivor benefits work? What's my Social Security account and how do I sign up? How do I receive my Social Security payments? And of course, this is all possible if Social Security stays in existence. So we know it's going to be there. It's our money, and it's not an entitlement. It's something that belongs to us. So don't give up. Call your congressman to make sure that our money stays where it should be in the right fund so that it's collecting interest. Not much right now, but it's collecting some interest and we can all look forward to the future with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Betty. We have our Director of Development, Ms. Rebecca.
Hey y'all.
Hi.
Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right?
Happy Tuesday.
Just checking. It's been one of those years. Okay, so Eliu's not here, so I'll be Eliu. Ha! So we have on Saturday, April 26th. Am I on Facebook? Hi, Eliu. Okay, so anyway, where am I? Okay, so Saturday, April 26th, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. What do you think we have on that date?
Jammin.
Oh, you are good, Richard. Look at you go. Oh, look at that. Jammin, that's right. And we have, I'm going to butcher the name and I'm so sorry. Eddie Balzola and Oriente. Ooh. And they came to fame in New Orleans at the famed Snug Harbor Jazz Bistro in the mid-90s when I was just born. Don't you meet them, boo. Don't you meet them. Why are y'all laughing? Like, seriously. Mid-90s? I was just born. 20 years before that. Okay. So anyway, we also have June 1st. We have drag show brunch. We've mentioned that before. Still don't have the collateral. I apologize for that, but we will get it. Oh, look. Yeah, there's some. Oh, look, that's for Jammin. Oh, what'd you get? Jammin, $25. What'd you get for our newcomers? Everyone?
2 drinks.
2 drinks.
Unlimited drinks if you make them.
Free parking. We are the home of free parking. We are the home of the best free
If you
parking
make my
here
drinks, I
in
get
Wilton.
unlimited.
Oh, shh. Richard, that's just between me and you, darling. But anyway, back to the drag show brunch. So, drag show brunch is Sunday kicking off Pride Month this year at the Seminole Hard Rock. We hope to see you there. It's going to be absolutely outstanding. As I mentioned, we are honoring Anna Navarro, Nadine Smith, and the Our Fun Foundation for being outstanding champions for all of us. And then there's membership. For those of you who are not members, I would love for you to become a member for just $30 a year. That is absolutely nothing, and it keeps programs like this ticking. And bricks. I know so many of you have purchased bricks. I know there are several of you that are going to be purchasing bricks. If you are interested in purchasing bricks, you can speak to me, you can speak to Ellie, you can speak to RC. You can go check out our plaza. Have a look, see what kind of array we can do, custom arrays, whatever floats your boat. If you want to recognize your cats, because I certainly would do that with my 5 billion that sits on my porch, you can do that too. Anything you want, as long as it's not a lot of profanities. Maybe 1 or 2, I think is appropriate.
Excuse me.
Here. So, yeah.
Can you use the brick as a tombstone?
Is a tombstone. Well, if you'd like us to bury you, sure. I'll walk all over you every single day. It's not a problem. Just leave those in your instructions, and you will. No problem. And finally, you'll start seeing communications coming out from us. Maybe a mailing. Who's on social media? Who has Facebook? Who's on Facebook? Have a Facebook account. Hands up. Hands up.
Yeah.
All right. Keep your hands up. Who does not follow us? Put your hand down if you don't follow us. All right, I need y'all to follow us, right, for messaging that's coming out. Because obviously with communications regarding government funding, loss of government funding potentially, etc., it's information you really should have. And I will tell you this. I'm the mother of a Gen Z. Hey, Shmuel, say love you. Mommy loves you. He's 17. And HIV education, STI education is critical. My son is fortunate that he has a mother who has a really big mouth and doesn't mind talking about STDs or sexual health at all. Have a very, very strong open communication line. But I'll tell you what, there are so many families that do not have that. And the youth of today, so we don't go back to the 1980s, the youth of today need that education. So while you might be constantly receiving that education, some of you having lived through the 80s, please pay attention to our messaging. Help us where you can, whether it's your time, whether it's your talent, whether it's your treasure. It's critical, and I'm asking you as the mother of a Gen Z, because I don't want to go back there, and I don't want my son to live through that either. So that's the message I'm leaving with today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Except for our CEO, Mr. Robert Boone.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we'll try that one more time.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. So I want to congratulate our team on putting together a very successful Rainbow 5K run walk Sunday morning in the beautiful Broad Walk. I had to be careful. Broad Walk of Hollywood. It was absolutely gorgeous. For those of you who haven't seen the pictures, running, walking, or in my case, standing right there along the beach, having the ocean breeze. It was beautiful. It was just, watching the sun come up. It made me happy that I got up at 5 a.m. But we had over 100 and something walkers, runners, and so we really had great fun, and we're very thankful for all the sponsors. So last week, did you happen to see the NBC interview that I did regarding our HIV funding, prevention, dollars going away? The whole department has been dissolved in the CDC, and how that's going to impact our community here. South Florida is the #1 HIV new infection region within the United States, and as Rebecca said, we should be having kitchen table talks with family members. Many of you have children, many of you have grandchildren, and you should be having that conversation to make it just a part of everyday conversation, so we can prevent. Like all of us have gone through the 80s and 90s, we do not want to see a relapse of that. So today, there are some notable birthdays. I just want to bring a shout out to Betty Ford. Her birthday was today. She was born in 1918. Wow. Isn't that amazing? 1918. She passed away in 2011. And on this date, back in 1960, for those of us that can remember this, the U.S. Senate passes the Civil Rights Bill addressing discriminatory voting practices. So if I do my math correct, 65 years ago, and then 65 years later, we're trying to tear all of that down, because I've got another little thing later that I want to talk about. So tomorrow is National Cherish an Antique Day. Do not send me a card. I'm just telling you right now, nothing. And then shortly thereafter, the next day, is National Siblings Day. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it makes me want to go back to when I was 6 and I had 3 older brothers and they were beating the crap out of me. Yes, trauma. That's another trigger, so thank you. And then, today in gay history. So, in 1943, Michael Bennett, named Chorus Line, Tony Ward, Dreamgirls, Promises, Follies and Company. He was born on today. He was born in Buffalo, New York. Who knew that? All right, way to go. Also, Michael Leshner. This is a name we should know because it could be our 51st state. So, Canadian lawyer and gay rights advocate, was born, and he and his partner, they were the men in the 2003 first civil same-sex marriage in Canada. So, 1973. Canada seemed to survive that. It seemed to be doing really well. Same-sex marriage, yes. So, also, so this is what's going on in the state of Florida. So today, this afternoon, a bill that has been passed in the House and is going to the Senate, and they're actually going to vote on it today, is to make more restrictions on how we can get amendments that the people want to be added into the Constitution. So Florida already has one of the toughest laws in the country. It takes 60% of the community to vote on it and approve it. And so they're trying to make it even more restrictive. So the voices of the people, things that we want to have appear on amendments, they're making it tougher. So you're going to have to put up $1 million. No. Yeah, as a bond, and it continues to. It's just a horrible, horrible bill. And so at 2 o'clock is when they start voting on it. So you have time to make a phone call to your state senator to let them know, say no on HB 1205. All right, so they're restricting it, making it harder for us as citizens in Florida to be able to bring up something that we want to add to the Constitution. I have a question to that.
The majority of the people I think that are sitting in this room, their state senator is who? Mr. Pizzo.
Yes, Jason Pizzo. That name doesn't sound familiar to you? That could be your state senator living in this area. So make that phone call. And then, who was talking about Social Security?
Everybody was.
Betty was.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, no.
So, Betty was talking about Social Security. So, we received this email over the weekend, or on Friday actually. And so, I'm just going to read this, and then I want to see how this ages. All right, so remember, April 8th. So the Social Security is excited to announce that all Florida Social Security offices are moving to a new telephone system. Starting last Friday. So the announcement came out on Friday and it went into effect. So the system uses automation to assist the public with common tasks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Request benefit verification, ask for Social Security 1099, check the status of the claim. All of this can be handled on the new phone system. I think we've all heard how the phone system is working.
Yeah. Or not.
So they're very happy to announce that the system is in place. Again, let's check back in a month to see how this ages. So again, we do not want anything to happen with Social Security. As all of you, we've been paying into it since whenever we started working. For me, when I started at 12 in child labor, rough childhood. Yes, I have a question.
What is the phone number that you call?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that interesting? It's missing? Yeah. That's the notice.
They didn't put the phone number on the
No.
The bottom is the administration.
Yeah. Okay, so look for it. It's Google it, find it, test it out. Let's see how it works. And again, in a month from now, it's on your tables. Let's see how that is. So thank you everyone for being here. It's so good to see you all.
Thank you, Robert. Although our sponsor today was the Democratic minority leader of the Florida State Senate from 21 to 24, she's not here to talk about politics. She is here to talk about her passion, Lauren's kids. Lauren Book.
Hi, I'm not Lauren Book, but she is. Lauren Book is a dear friend of mine. I met her through politics when she was one of our state senators here in Broward. And she not only did a fantastic job for every community, but particularly the LGBTQ community. So I am also the president. My name is Alfredo Olvera. I'm president of the Golfing Democrats. Thank you. I see the Democrats, right? Anyway, so she has been a strong supporter of the LGBTQ community. There's no secret about Lauren's story. She was a victim of sexual abuse, and she has done things that most people can, and one of those is make sure that we educate about sexual abuse in children and prevention. She has done that since 2005, and every year for almost 10 years, she had the crazy idea of walking all the state of Florida just to create awareness. Look at this woman, in the best shape ever. So I am so proud to call you my friend. Thank you for being here at the Pride Center. Please welcome Honorable.
Look at how fancy. Oh, God. We don't need to amplify my voice. Oh, hi. How is everybody doing today? Good. I am so excited to be here. We are in the middle. First of all, Alfredo, thank you. We are in the middle of our 1,500-mile walk across the state of Florida. I get to see friends. Michael Albeda, I love you. We had Marty here out walking this weekend. But I have to tell you, I now know of all of the fun and exciting things that are happening in the month of April, but one of the things that you may not know is April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. And as Alfredo said, I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse from the time that I was 10 years old until I was 16. I was sexually abused by my nanny. And one of the things I think that is so important for me in my mission and everything that we have done as a family since that point in time was to make it different for other kids. I didn't know what survivorship or thrivership looked like, because back then it just sort of was something that people didn't talk about. When I finally did disclose my abuse, I remember sitting in my room crying because Channel 7 at the time said South Florida's most influential lobbyist's eldest daughter was apparently the victim of child sexual abuse. So I was outed in my own community, in my own school. I was a kid, I was young. And I remember coming home from school crying because kids can be very, very, very mean. And my mom, who I love very, very much, but has her significant challenges, came up to my room and said, I don't know why you're still upset about this. How could you still be so upset about this? This happens to all girls. It happened to me, and look at me, I'm fine. And I knew in that moment in time that while I loved my mother deeply, I wanted to do everything that I could to be not what she was, to make it different for other kids, to become a thriving survivor. And the reality is that we know that 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 5 boys will become the victim of child sexual abuse before their 18th birthday. We know that 1 in every 5 children that touch a digital device will be solicited online for sex. The reality is that the world that we live in today is a digital one, and that children are at a significantly greater risk. And so every single day, we work as a foundation to prevent abuse and help survivors heal. On the other side of my life, as Alfredo said, we're not here necessarily to talk about politics, but I will say the rhetoric that has gone on for far too long about grooming and what that is, as a survivor, as somebody who cares deeply about the way that people understand what that means, is offensive, it's terrible, and it's horrific. Because I'll tell you who a groomer is. I'll tell you what a groomer is. A groomer is the woman who raped me every day for 6 years, who sat in prison for 25 years. That is what a groomer is. Not a part and a piece of this community. And I think that is something that has been lost in a lot of what has happened. And so when we are here and we are talking about advocacy, awareness, and education, those are the things that are most important to me. We know that we can prevent childhood sexual abuse. We know that 95% of childhood sexual abuse is preventable with education and awareness. And so that's what we do each and every day. The reality is 90% of the time, children are abused by someone they know, love, and trust. These are people in their lives every single day. So those of you that have children, have grandchildren, have children in your life, these are the people that will harm our children. If you go back, I do an activity with kids, and I ask them to think about, go back, I'm going to do it with you. Let's do it together. Go back to your kindergarten, first grade selves, and close your eyes and think about, what does a stranger look like? Somebody who might hurt you. And let's come up with that today. Is that person a man or a woman? In your mind's eye, a man. Is it a tall man or a short man? A tall man, sorry. Now, is that tall man in neat clothes or messy clothes? Ooh, neat. Some messy, yes. Now, what does this stranger have in their hand, or what are they doing? Candy. I heard candy. Children all over the country, all over the world where we've done this, all over our state and beyond. Tall man, sorry. Neat in messy clothes, a gun, a knife, a sword, candy, or a leash. because that's who they think are going to hurt them, and we know that that's not true. We know things differently today. Teaching stranger danger is not going to keep our children safe. It's not going to keep our communities safe. It's how we teach children to identify behaviors that make them feel unsafe, and then who to go to for help. And so that's what we do every single day. April being Childhood Abuse Prevention Month is the month that we walk across this state of Florida. I had the craziest idea 10 years ago to put a face on an issue and for people to pay attention. I would walk from the home that I was sexually abused in all the way to Tallahassee, where true change takes place, and advocate for the passage of laws to make Florida a safer place for children. I did that, and we've grown it every single year. This year, it's 1,500 miles. We were walking in Fort Lauderdale and had an incredible, incredible day this last weekend. I heard there was a 5K. We didn't have to do it at 5 a.m. Y'all should have come out with us. We started a little bit later. And we walked an incredible 15 miles that day. We started at the southernmost point in Key West just last week, walking 20 miles. We typically do that every single day. Tomorrow we'll be in Naples. We'll be walking 17 miles. You can check out the journey at lawrencekids.org, lawrencekidswalk.org. And I just really quickly, I would be remiss if I didn't get to acknowledge the team that helps me do this every single day while we're out on the road. And so first we have Claire Van Susteren, who has been here. She's not a virgin. She was telling me about Miss Patty. I feel slighted that I didn't get to meet Miss Patty and talk about my virgin origin story. So Claire Van Susteren, who works for the foundation, she is our walk extraordinaire. We have Andrew here, who helps coordinate this entire tour and has been a godsend to us. We have Ashley and Evelyn. Ashley drives our lead car. So if you're ever bored for the rest of the month, go to lawrencekidswalk.org and watch us walking live every single day. So watch me suffer so you don't have to. And that's at lawrencekidswalk.org. Then you've got Miss Evelyn, who drives our pace car, which when people are tired, they get to take a break. And then we have Alyssa Book, who's my sister-in-law, who helps on the roadway, keep everybody safe. And this handsome, handsome man next to me is Dave Garfield. And the photos from today are going to be at lawrencekids.org. You can download them. We look great, so we have to be nice to him in photos. But typically I'm flicking him off. Oh, yes.
So what if
I'm
a survivor?
This is set up. I don't know if you knew. You could laugh at our joke.
I have a question. What if I'm a survivor? Sorry. And my abuse happened, I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 50 years ago. Is it too late for me to heal?
First of all, it's never too late to heal. We all know that. And the reality is, here's something that's really, really special that we worked with the Florida Council Against Sexual Violence on. At any point in time in your journey as a survivor, no matter if it happened 50 years, 5 minutes, 5 years, you can get free counseling. Here in Broward County, you would go to the Nancy J. Cotter Sexual Assault Treatment Center. It's where I received my services, and they saved my life. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the work that they did. And you can call them and get counseling at any point in time in the journey. And I think that is so very important to know. I know I'll be sticking around for questions if anybody has any. Can I do my one? Oh, yes.
Would you repeat the name of that agency?
Absolutely.
Slowly.
Yes, it is the Nancy J. Cotterman Sexual Assault Treatment Center, and they're here in Broward County. Any other questions? All right, so my team here gave me the litmus test to see if I was going to do a good job today. Do you know what it was? If you guys were on your phone watching Grindr or paying attention to me. And I think I did good. So I'm going to give this over to you guys now. Move on.
Thank you so much for a wonderful, heartfelt presentation. Miss Blanca, bring us to a close, please.
The bartender.
All right. Oh, wait, I forgot the cauldron. Hang on.
The bartender. Did you hear that?
I will forever be known as the Pride Center bartender now, apparently. I hear I make good drinks. I don't know about all that. So I'm going to run over there and ask Laura to actually go ahead. we go. I got about 10 steps out of that. I'm so excited right now. Anyway, 1049. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Our total is $292. All right, my accountants. What's your cut?
148.
Oh, you're close. 146. Close enough. I have the number here. That's how I know. Anyway, 146. 1049.
What color?
I'm not telling you. Because then people go, oh, as soon as they know it's not their color. 1049. 2658. 2658. And for those of you that can hear me, it's red. Just so you know it's red. 2658. There we go, back there. Congratulations. Remember to turn your phones on, and please, please, please take your garbage with you if you can. Thank you.
Reminder, Lauren and her company will be here for questions.
Do you have a ticket?
Easter Bonnet Contest this week. Be safe. See you next Tuesday.